I've had a request, probably been sitting on it now for about a month, sorry, but I've had a request to put together a short tutorial about how to do flourishes. That's what I was just doing right here. I'll do my very best. Flourishes I don't think are very hard to do, but they are tricky to explain. So I'll do what I can in that way. I'll probably have to stop and go do some camera work up close so that you can actually see the hand grip a little better, and I'll try to walk you through how to roll the club over and through your fingers, because that's really what you're doing. A couple of things I'll say first, though, before we get to that, would be, first of all, if you haven't stretched your wrists out before you start practicing flourishes, I would highly encourage you to do that. I'll say that again. Go stretch out your wrist. The reason I say that, especially for flourishes, is that you're going to do a lot of movement that happens just right here in this tiny little part of your hand. By the time you do that a lot when you're practicing and just learning, if you haven't really kind of warmed up and limbered up your wrists, you might have some problems, and I certainly don't want that to be the case.
Okay, just as a means of orienting yourself, here you are, you're looking over my left-hand shoulder. This is my left hand. This is my right hand. All right, and here's what the cascade would look like if I can keep it in frame. Okay, I'm going to drop two of the clubs so that I can demonstrate how to pull off the flourish maneuver while only having to deal with one club. It's a lot easier this way. Okay, so here it is. Here's the one club. All right, going back and forth. As I'm doing this, you'll notice I'm doing a standard sort of regular set of throws. Okay, the trick to the flourish is to catch the one that you're going to do the flourish maneuver with. You need to catch it upside down, just like so. Okay? So here it is. I'm throwing. There. That's the key. And I want you to notice right now it's on the inside of my body. It's on the inside of my arm. Okay? Now I'm going to do the maneuver so that you can see what happens. I'm moving it over. Okay? And watch what I've just done. I've just split my grip a little bit so that the index finger of my left hand is now separated from these other three fingers. Okay? I'll show you how I got there. I went like this, point the club forward, point my knuckles down, drive them towards the ground, and as I do that, the club moves. Okay? Now from here on, it's real easy. From here, you just let the club fall, relax your wrist, bring your wrist around with it, and you're up to this point. And then from there, you just throw it back into the pattern. Okay, so I'll do it now in faster motion, regular speed, and then I'll try to slow it down. Okay. All right. The same is true, of course, when you do it with the right hand. All right, and you'll definitely want to learn it with both hands. Okay. So here it is. Here's my right hand. Here's my left hand. Again, I'll catch it in the flourish grip, and now I'll do the same maneuver, driving my knuckles towards the ground. As I do, the club wants to move up. Separate my three fingers from my index finger. Let it drop and maneuver and turn my wrist. Okay? So right hand. And lastly, just as a little point of information, there is something known as the double flourish. I'm not sure it's real worth learning, but the double flourish, just in case you want to know, is just one extra flip within the fingers done before you actually throw the club again. Okay, so look, here's a standard flourish. Okay, I'll do it one more time. Standard flourish, which is really the point of today's tutorial. And then there is the double flourish. Here's what happens with the double flourish. Standard flourish, and now you'll notice that because my hands are because my knuckles are right here and I have these extra fingers, if I wanted, I could let the club roll down over those and come back up. Okay, so standard flourish, together another twist. Standard flourish, another flip. Standard flourish, another flip.
All right, so we've walked you through how to catch the club upside down, how to walk it or roll it through your fingers, and now the question obviously is, in the midst of juggling a cascade pattern or any other pattern for that matter, how do you find time to pull off this maneuver? Well, actually, it's not that hard. As it turns out, obviously you'll need to have one club, the one that you would normally catch right after pulling off the flourish. That club will need to be higher in the air to give you time to do all this stuff down below. You can do that with a lofty single. You can do it with a double. Certainly you can do it with a triple or anything else you want. I typically do it with a double. I do it for that reason, mainly because I think audiences can see it better. Timing-wise, it feels like it works out well. But let me show you what that looks like. Here's what I'll do. I'm juggling. I'm going to catch the flourish right there. See, there it is. And then the next throw that comes, in this case, out of my right hand is going to be that higher throw. The high single, the double, or whatever else you want. Okay? So the very next throw that comes out of this hand is going to be that throw. That buys me time to pull off this sort of stuff. All right, here we go. Just so you can see it a couple of times. So it looks like this. I got the flourish, flourish throw, flourish high throw, flourish high throw, flourish high throw. It's always going to be that. And some of you will notice that as I was doing the double, that I was actually throwing it up on this side of my body and keeping it on this side of my body. You can, of course, throw the flourish in the midst of the cascade pattern, and if you do that, it looks something like this. All right, so you've learned the flourish out of a simple cascade. What to do next? The answer is, I guess, anything you want. You could pretty much do a flourish out of any trick, or do a flourish and use it as a transition to go into probably nearly any trick. One of the nice things that you can try is to make the high toss, the one that you're using to buy time for the flourish, make that turn out to be the next flourish. If you do that, it looks something like this.